Hi, my name is Miriam the Medium and welcome to my channel. So each week we are going to do our weekly horoscope. So Monday I will have our pick a card horoscope. Wednesday we're going to check in with our pick a card animal power horoscope. And then Fridays we'll have our channeled message. Each month I'm going to do a pick a card for the month for us. And then I'm going to have zodiac sign specific for the month. And then of course, in 2 weeks, I'll have our 2020 reading ready to go. So please make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on your weekly guidance. Let's get started. So deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. Here we go. So we've got deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. So I want you to pick which deck. Just go with your gut, what feels right. There's no mistakes. Okay, deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let's start with deck 1. Deck 2 is up next, and deck 3. So I'll make sure to put the timestamp below so you can forward to the deck that you chose. But let's get started with deck 1. All right, so for this week, what do we got for deck 1? What do we need to know to guide us through an easier week? So we see what's coming, we're aware, we're not surprised. What does the week hold for deck 1? All right, some cards fell out, so let me grab those. Okay, deck 1. We're going to see some movement. If you've been feeling like you're waiting on whether it's a project or maybe even a relationship, someone that you're looking to call you, to reach out, to connect, we're going to see a little bit of movement in that area this week. But I want you to keep your nose to the grind. So if you're working on something, I want you to stick with it. Even if you're feeling like you're done, you're exhausted, this is too much, I want you to hold on a little bit longer this week. It's going to be worth it. You're going to start to see some opportunity bloom from your hard work. You're going to see pieces of it this week. It's not necessarily going to be amazing or massive or life-changing, but it's going to show you you're on the right track, and it's going to tell you and remind you to keep moving. Okay, so if those of you that are working on something, working towards something, I feel like you're tired and you're kind of burnt, please don't give up this week. Let's keep going, all right? We're going to see results. Those results feel like January, definitely January, you're going to feel and see a change. So you're going to have some concrete information around January on, should I continue down this path that I've been working on, or do I need to switch gears? You will know in January. But to get us there, I want you not to stop working towards it this week. I want you to keep moving. I want you to keep pushing, okay? Sometimes we have to push, sometimes we pull back. I want you to push. This week is just it's kind of like that last few minutes of your workout class where you're just beyond tired, but you've only got 10 more minutes. So just keep pushing through. That's how I feel about this week. There's going to be some communication that may not be something you like, okay? I feel it coming from a female. She feels like she's going to be presenting something to you that is like, I've told you this isn't what I wanted, or this is where I was trying to get with this. It's almost as if she's going to communicate something to you like you guys have never spoken about it before. So this is why I'm doing these weekly horoscopes for you. Now that you have that information, when this call comes in, take a breath. You've prepared for it so you don't blow it. This person is in a position of power. I say quotes because, you know, we all have our own power. No one has power over us. But this woman is maybe a boss, feels like a boss, or someone that can help move things further for you. And so she's going to come in with this call. It's going to frustrate you. So now that you have this information, be prepared, take a breath so that you cannot argue through the call, rather be more resourceful and get to where you want to go with this call instead of having it feel like a waste of time, okay? And that's where I said I saw some movement, but I'm not seeing like massive movement. This woman tends to not move as quickly, and she's also fearful and just kind of a little jealous and doesn't necessarily want to see you succeed or follow through with what it is you've been wanting to do. But she's ultimately going to let this happen. So you need to play your cards right. You need to be patient. You need to be chilled out with her when she calls, okay? That's why these readings are here, to prepare you. So you know this call is going to come in. It's not going to be everything you wanted. She's going to say some stuff that's going to kind of frustrate you, but we know ahead of time so you can be prepared, okay? So you can keep calm, keep a level, cool head about yourself, and continue to move this project forward. For those of you in deck 1 who are looking at relationship or love, I feel like some of you have these sparks. You've met someone, there's someone out there that's intriguing to you, but hang on making a move yet. This feels geared specifically towards men. There's this woman, she's got a lot on her plate right now. Making a move would be a really bad time. Just hold out, maybe just till next week, okay? Just not yet, just kind of chill out. Female energy for love, stay the course, don't start anything new if it's presented to you. Female energy, I want you to see your opportunities, be aware of the diamond in the rough. This is specifically for love, okay? I feel like you're overlooking someone who could potentially be a really great partner, simply because of 1 or 2 small flaws. So I want you to be aware of that. Don't overlook someone just because of 1 or 2 flaws. It's so silly. Especially female energy, this person I feel floating around, it could be really good for you. Let me see if there's anything else for you to be aware of this week. No, I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to meet back Wednesday. We're going to see where we're at, how we're feeling energetically, what's transpired, and we're going to look at our power animals and see what they have to say for the rest of the week, okay? Let's move on to deck 2. All right, deck 2 is 748. All right, what do we got for deck 2 for this week? What do I have for deck 2 for this week? What do we need to know for this week? What does deck 2 need to know for this week? All right, we've got some cards flying all over the place for deck 2. Let's start with love. I'm feeling like we've got some male energy that's been bailing on some relationships. So I think it's important that you know when I say male, female energy, I don't necessarily mean man, woman. So that's for you to determine, right? So male, female, so males, male energy, I want you to come back. You're bailing on someone and that's not cool. And if you are the person being bailed on, I want you to speak up. This is not a time to sit back. And I say that because sometimes it's important for us to just kind of to turn the other cheek and to move on. But I need you to speak up. So this male energy that's bailing, that's isolating himself, I need that female energy on the other end to speak up and to say something. I don't want you to be forceful and pushy. Obviously, everyone deserves their space, but right now, this person needs to be addressed. You need to address them for you, and they need to be addressed for them. So I'm going to want you, when it comes to love, deck 2, this male energy. If it's you that's bailing, pull it together. That's not cool. Call the person you're bailing on and be honest with them. This is really shitty karma you're creating for yourself. If you are the one being bailed on, make that call and have that conversation. Don't just yell at this person or break them down. Call them with compassion and say, what's going on? Is it something that I can do? Is it something that we can talk about? Or is this just over? And if this is just over, then tell me. But remember, female energy, you go at this, if you go at this aggressively, you're not going to get resolution. And here's the deal. Resolution can be breakup. Resolution can be communication. If resolution is breakup, that's still resolution, even if it's not the outcome you want. I need you to be able to accept that and move forward with your life, okay? So for love, for deck 2, we've got some serious stuff happening. Know who you are, be honest with which role you're playing in this, and take those steps, okay? For work for this week, for deck 2, deck 2, I'm feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of, not even focused on work at all. I'm not feeling deck 2 really that focused on work. I'm feeling them having a lot of personal stuff going on. There was a big change recently personally that affected you. It could have been something that happened at work that ultimately affected you personally, of course. But there was a big change, like a big boom shift that really kind of jarred you. And so right now, deck 2 is really in their shell. They're just trying to figure this stuff out. They're figuring out this emotional stuff they're feeling. And that's okay. I think this is a good place for you guys to be at. I think that this week has just got to be about taking care of yourself. Now, keep in mind, taking care of yourself doesn't mean isolating yourself. It doesn't mean rejecting those around you or being mean or impatient or short. It just means pulling back, okay? So maybe you're going to take, a nap. Maybe you're going to come into work a little bit late. Maybe you're going to take a longer bath. You're going to do what you need to take care of you, because emotionally right now you're on this roller coaster, and you better take care of yourself or you're going to end up sick, okay? It feels like for deck 2, everything's coming from all sides. I'm even feeling career. There's fighting and there's frustration. There's not a lot of camaraderie there. So I'm going to ask you this. We're having turmoil in our personal life, and we're having turmoil in our professional life. A lot of times this is just the ebb and flow of life. But I feel like I want to ask you, why is there so much turmoil around you right now? What are you doing to continually to put yourself in a position where there's a lot of turmoil? This moment, this week, I want you to ask yourself that. And I want you to notice, be honest, are you putting yourself in these positions? And you might say, no, it's not my fault, it's this or that. There's always something you can do to lessen the pain, okay? Really be honest with yourself. How did you put yourself here? Why did you put yourself here? How did you get here, okay? Professionally and personally, you've kind of hit this wall and you're like, oh, how did I get here? Ask yourself that, but listen. Don't just judge and say, well, was it my fault? I didn't mean to. It's not about passing judgment on why you're there. It's about, how did I end up here so I cannot do it again? So this week for you isn't about piecing and pointing and figuring out and who did this and who did that and why this, why that. This week is about just being still and really being introspective and really finding your voice in a compassionate way to those that really make you angry. And knowing your role in every uncomfortable relationship and situation you're in. You have a role in that. I want you to really find that. And so over these next 2 days until we meet up on Wednesday, I want you to just take care of yourself, but most important, be honest with yourself. Why are you here? How did you get here? Without judgment. All right, so deck 2, I think we're going to have some compassion for the self, compassion for others, which isn't always easy. And let's meet up Wednesday because you're going to need some support Wednesday. All right. Okay. That's a lot for you guys. Let's move on to deck 3. Let's see. Okay. Deck 3, here we go. What does deck 3 need to know for this week? What does deck 3 need to know for this week? Love, career, opportunities. What does deck 3 need to know for this week? Deck 3. I'm feeling like deck 3 is a little bit more grounded. Deck 3 is grounded with some anxiousness. Let's see what the cards have to say for you guys. All right, deck 3. What do we got going on? Opportunity. We got some opportunity for you guys this week. Important to use your intuition this week. Really important to use your intuition this week. All right, because it looks like there could be an opportunity coming in that's going to be out of the ordinary, a little unusual. It's going to require you to be insightful, but more gut approach, right? Because if you don't go with your gut, you would typically look at this situation opportunity and be like, nah, there's no way, that's crazy. So I want you to dig into your intuition a little bit to kind of like clean out the cobwebs there, and incorporate this intuition into this potential opportunity coming to you this week, okay? Female energy. I want you to think about, what is it that you feel you deserve? So deck 3, female energy, what is it that you feel you deserve that you're not getting? You can get it this week. If there's something that is missing in your relationship, in your career, this is the week to ask for it. There's something missing and you've been doubting your worth, but now's the time to ask for it, okay? This is a good week for deck 3 to plant seeds, to communicate what you want, to ask for what you want, to set things up so that after the holidays you go and you get what you want and need. It feels like you attempted in the past to, to go for something, to go for a opportunity, and it didn't turn out as you had hoped. It's time to try again. It's time to plant the seeds to try again. So I want this week to be about that. Try again. That's what they're saying you need to know for deck 3 is try again. Professionally or personally, we're going to try again. There's opportunity for you here. Professionally and romantically, there's opportunity here. You just have to be willing to try again, to try and go for it, okay? I've got my dog who is she's blind and deaf, and she's about to make her way in, and she's probably gonna knock everything over. Let me see if there's anything else for deck 3. They're just continuing to say that fear is what held you back. Not in the past, let me clarify. Fear didn't hold you back in the past. You went for this, whatever it was, professionally or personally. You went for it in the past and you were let down. And now fear holds you. Now fear is saying, I don't want to do that again. I don't want that to happen again. So it's so important that you let that go. It's so important that you please remove that fear and step into this new opportunity Step into planting the seeds for the new opportunity. Step into the communication of this new opportunity. Professional or love. You know which one I'm referencing, okay? All right, so we will meet again on Wednesday. We'll see where you're at and how you're feeling. We'll pick our power animals. So don't forget, Mondays is our weekly horoscope. Wednesday is our power animal meetup. Friday is our channeled message. Please subscribe so every week we connect, we find out what we need and what we need to do to get there.